Welcome to the Happiness Podcast, where we provide valuable insights and tips on mental health. Join us for informative discussions and engaging conversations that explore the intricacies of maintaining a happy and healthy mind. Be sure to subscribe to our podcast to stay updated on our latest episodes. In today's episode, we'll cover the natural response of negative emotions to life experiences and the possibility of turning them into positive stress through resilience and emotional management. Welcome to this podcast, where we'll be discussing an important topic that concerns all of us: stress. Whether it's illnesses, conflicts, or difficulties we face in our daily lives, stress is usually the root cause. Stress is a natural response of our body, but when it persists over time, it can have negative effects on our health. Before we deep dive into this topic, let's first understand the biological process called allostasis. Allostasis refers to our body's ability to adapt to stressful situations and be resilient. In other words, it's the way our body keeps us balanced in times of stress. We need stress in our lives to develop our full potential, but it's crucial to differentiate between positive and negative stress. There are two types of stress: positive stress, called eustress, and negative stress, called distress. Positive stress is temporary, whereas negative stress persists over a long time, hindering allostasis and producing distress. The key difference between them is the organism's ability to recover and be resilient. Irrespective of whether it is eustress or distress, the absence of emotional management can lead to emotional stress being prolonged and turning into distress. On the other hand, emotional management allows us to use stress as a positive source of resilience, growth, and overcoming challenges. Transforming negative stress into positive stress is possible. How? Through resilience, which is the ability to face and overcome stressful situations. The key to managing negative emotions is the attitude we adopt towards them. The etymology of the word attitude means the way of relating to something. Acceptance and receptivity with negative emotions are the most effective ways to transform them. It's important to remember that it's not negative emotions that produce distress, but the way we relate to them. It's how we manage negative emotions that count. For example, sadness can lead to depression and anxiety, or can lead to healing, reflection, and inspiration, depending on the attitude we adopt. Emotional management is essential for stress management. Stress is an emotional response activated in the amygdala, the emotional center of our brain. It's important to listen and attend to the needs behind negative emotions to reduce stress. Often, people aren't aware of the needs behind emotions and run away from them, which can lead to mental and physical health problems. All negative experiences elicit a similar reaction in the brain and translate into a stressful response in the body. However, the cause of the emotion isn't important. It's how we manage it that counts. Acceptance is essential to overcome these situations, but it's important to keep in mind that it doesn't mean resignation, but receptivity. Accepting means receiving, and it's important to be able to receive sadness as a guest. Most people tend to run away from sadness, which can lead to anxiety and addiction problems. However, sadness can be a relaxing emotion if accepted and properly processed. Going through sadness can be difficult, but by creating the proper space to heal, sadness is processed quickly, and there's a feeling of emotional liberation. The wisdom of negative emotions, how to use them to grow and develop, highlights the importance of understanding that we cannot eliminate negative emotions, since they're part of human nature and a natural response to negative experiences in life. It's important to remember that life requires a balance between positive and negative poles to move forward. Negative emotions such as sadness, anger, and insecurity indicate a lack of affection and security in our lives. However, it's important to see them as opportunities for growth and change rather than obstacles. In summary, the key takeaway from this podcast is to accept and embrace negative emotions with the understanding that they are just as important as the positive ones. Negative emotions, such as anger, sadness, and insecurity, indicate a deep need to feel protected and loved, something that dates back to our childhood, when we depended on our parents to provide us with security and affection. Finally, thank you for listening to this podcast. Thanks for tuning into the Happiness Podcast, where we learned how to turn negative stress into positive stress through resilience and emotional management. Remember to subscribe for more valuable insights on finding happiness. In conclusion, the Happiness Mental Health app provides users with effective tools to manage their emotions and improve their mental health. With its user-friendly interface and accessible resources, it makes learning about emotional management and therapeutic techniques simple and easy. And